Imagine getting screwed worse than anyone in the world has ever gotten screwed. This is unimportant.
Guaranteed to not change your life. This is the Unimportant Podcast.
Hello, world. Welcome to the Unimportant Podcast. My name's Anthony. That's Joe Bob. I literally have no idea what we're talking about. I do not understand.
So there's a lot of switchbacks in this particular story.
Oh yeah,
but
this one's gonna go well.
It has to do with people with two brothers that started out with good intentions and then ended up having bad intentions and then paying heavily for those bad intentions. It started out in 2003. So Francisco Goya is a Spanish painter, an artist, and kind of like.
Are we supposed to know who he is?
I didn't before I read this,
Okay.
but imagine like, let's say, I don't know, Picasso. For you art snobs out there, I know I sound like an idiot, and I can't wait to read your emails. hello@unimportant.podcast.com. But yeah, so these two brothers in 2003 bought a Francisco Goya painting. They believed the painting to be 100% true and authentic. It had a certificate and everything. However,
I know where this is going.
However, experts, after they bought the painting, concluded that the painting that they had bought was a 19th century fake.
Oops.
And they got screwed out of a decent chunk of money. They originally bought the painting for 270,000 euros.
Okay.
So yeah, it's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Instead, they were able to keep the painting. I'm not sure who it traded hands from because this person obviously got screwed. They got to keep the painting for a $20,000 euro deposit that they had already paid. Okay, so they paid $20,000 for
and then it had it inspected. So they didn't put up the 270 grand.
No. Yeah, they put up 200. They put up 20,000 euros.
Got it.
And they then found out that it was fake.
Okay.
And they let them keep it for the 20.
Not as
20
painful.
grand. Yeah, not as painful, but still kind of like this is a fake.
Yeah.
However, it's a pretty good fake. It fooled them, obviously.
Yeah.
The painting itself fooled them, plus the certificate that it had, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in 2014, these two brothers decide, let's put this back on the market as the real thing. Yeah.
We forgot. We found out it's a fake.
Well, either that or you just don't say anything because the painting looks real and the certificate looks real. Like, what's the harm?
Yeah.
A lot of harm. That's what the harm is. So the two brothers then arranged to sell this painting as a real painting for 4 million euros to an Arab sheik. Yeah. That's how expensive these things were. And painting, I don't know much about the art world, but I do know that for the most part, art is a great investment.
Oh yeah.
Like say if this was legit and they bought it for 270,000 euros and they were able to sell it for 4 million euros, like
that's a great deal.
Yeah. However many years. So yeah, 10 years later, a little over 10 years later, that's a phenomenal investment.
That's a good return.
So they struck a deal with this Arab sheik to sell it to him for 4 million euros. Now, mind you, they know that this painting is not legit. However, what
they may have forgotten though.
Well, no, there's no way. You don't forget that sort of thing. Yeah. What they think, I would assume what they're thinking is that this Arab sheik has his own gallery in his own private area that only he can see it. He's not going to have museum curators coming in and
they think they found the perfect guy to sell this to.
Totally. Yeah, because this guy's not going to check. And you know what? If he doesn't know, well, who
What's
cares?
the harm?
What's the harm? So they struck a deal to sell it for 4 million euros. There was a middleman, an Italian guy was a middleman, and he then charged the people, the Spanish brothers, 300,000 euros, which is what you kind of do in these transactions. You got to have a middleman. And there's a fence, and there's a commission fee based on it.
Yeah.
So that $300,000,
basically.
Yeah, the $300,000 was his commission. Now they were cool with that because simultaneously, when they were giving him the 300,000 euros, they were getting 1.7 million Swiss francs, which is about the equivalent as a down payment.
Got it.
That was the down payment for the thing, and then the Italian guy was supposed to then set up with the Arab sheik how to finalize the transaction. The problem was the two Spanish brothers gave the 300,000 euros to their middleman, then traveled to Switzerland, got their 1.7 million francs, tried to deposit that into the bank to find out that the money was fake. They had been, the dupers had been duped. And then these guys call the Italian middleman. No answer. Him and the Arab Sheik are now gone with their 300,000 euros. So these guys are trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes and ended up getting just royally screwed. What makes it even better?
I hoped it wasn't over.
It's not. What makes it even better? When they were traveling, so they go to the Swiss bank and they try to deposit these 1.7 million francs, right? They can't do it because the money's fake, and they go, well, crap. So now they got to travel back to Spain. At one of the checkpoints that they're stopped at, the guard notices something off about them, asks to check their baggage. They end up getting arrested for having counterfeit money on them with intent to use it or sell it.
Why didn't they still have it?
I don't know. They just had it in their car or wherever they had it on their person.
It's kindling at that point. Like, it's not like...
And so the Swiss law enforcement says you can't have all of this counterfeit money. They get arrested for that in Switzerland, then extradited to Spain, where they stand trial for trying to sell a fake painting. And so just the whole thing is just, these guys got screwed at the beginning when they bought a fake painting, and then when they tried to sell the fake painting, they got screwed with the fake cash, and when they tried to just go, now we're just screwed in general because we lost 300,000 euros and we ended up with this fake paper. Now they get in trouble for having the fake paper. So if that's not getting royally screwed, I don't know what it is.
This is important.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the podcast. Hopefully you didn't learn anything important. We know we didn't. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you want more.